Basically, we have done to the first process. After everybody wants to associate and stuff.
Seen you run away, never knew your name. Waited for the day that you would talk to me.
Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is, wait, I'm just trying to like set it up. Okay, my name is Tanya. I'm 18 years old. I'm from Kenya, and my YouTube channel is basically lifestyle, family, fitness sometimes, and yeah, that's basically it. So for today's video, we're gonna do a Q&A with my dad while we're cooking. That's Carl. Where are you? Oh, you can't be seen. Yeah, so today we're gonna do a Q&A with my dad because we're gonna cook breakfast. We're cooking Mahamri. It's like I'll let dad explain. But we're gonna go cooking and I'll do a Q&A. Yeah? So before we head out to the kitchen, I wanted to give like a brief introduction about our guest today, my dad. My dad is one of the most amazing people I know. He's generous, he's kind, he pushes me a lot with different things in life. We talk, we fight from time to time. And yeah, so today is basically just about showcasing his life and his journey, because he grew up in Kenya and now he's in Dubai. So just kind of showcasing the journey and the different steps and all the things that he had to go through, and the decisions that he learned, and all the lessons that he learned throughout. And yeah, so let us bring our guests. Okay, come. Okay. Okay, so this is Dad, you have to come. Yeah. Okay, so this is my dad. Dad, introduce yourself. What's your name?
Yeah, I'm Felix Ochin. Yeah, I'm the dad.
So what are you cooking for us today?
I will be doing Mahamri. It's I think it's a coastal meal or dish. It's not a dish actually, it's just more of a dough. We prepare the dough, is mostly eaten for breakfast, mostly for lunch, but it's popular in the coastal area of Kenya. So it's something we'll go prepare to us together. We've gone through the first process, so we'll go directly and just go and do the dough. So we've done the dough, it's resting, so we just go directly and do the cutting as we go to the kitchen.
Yeah, because there's the actual first process where you have to put the flour and the milk and the sugar and everything and mix it together first. But he already did that.
Yeah.
So the next
By myself.
I was about to help, but he said he doesn't need help, so it's fine.
By myself.
So then the next step is where we're going to start in, and yeah, so then I'll just ask him questions and you guys will get to learn more about him.
Yeah. All right, see you later.
Bye.
Basically, we have done to the first process of the dough. We don't have the cutting edge, so bear with us for those who are professional than me. Yeah, so for those who are more professional than me, bear with me please. This is just a homemade recipe. So now we have done with the process of the dough. So now the important thing that we need to do is just to have them in smaller dough version. This is one of them. And then we'll just put them on the side.
What was your favorite hobby when you were growing up?
Yeah, my favorite hobby, like most of where I grew up, was playing football. That's what I used to love to do. Though I didn't get a chance to play professional, but I played local clubs around the area because that's what most people used to do. But I loved playing football.
What was your position when you were playing?
I was number 11. Number 11 is right forward. So right forward is the attacker. Because I was a lefty, or I'm still a lefty.
Do you still play?
Not as regular as I could, but I play those regularly as much as I can. Yeah.
Why did you not go professional?
Yeah, so many reasons. Back then it wasn't selling that much, and then I had you that you brought so many. You woke me up, so I had to make sure that I start looking for the money faster. But yeah.
Okay, what's the next process when you're cooking?
Yep. So once we are done with that, we just need to cover it for some few minutes, like 10 minutes or so. So these are small doors; they don't have to be in any particular motion. Just set up the time there. Yeah, and then we'll go ahead and continue in some few minutes.
You did start. While we're waiting for the Mahamris to rest a bit, I'm gonna ask Dad some few questions.
Okay.
Okay, so for the first question, what was your first job and what did you learn from it?
Okay, back in Kenya, my first job, I was very young. I think immediately after my high school was working in a restaurant. So the restaurant, I was a cashier, I was the chef, I was the waiter, it was everything. It was a walking distance from where I grew up. I used to get equivalent of 5 dirhams a day, less than 25 fields of 1 cent dollar or something. So it was very little money, but it was doing a lot, because by then I think Mommy was pregnant with you. So it was what we used. I used to wake up at 5 and then go and buy all those things that you need to buy. You go and prepare the food, clean the restaurant, come back in the evening around 6 p.m. So it was like 13-14 hours. But learn to be patient, learn to appreciate the small that you have. So it was an amazing experience here.
I think it kind of helped in the things you do now in hospitality.
Yeah, it could be. I think that was the very first step of hospitality. And I didn't know by then, but I think that was my first step towards hospitality.
Yeah. So what, you would go to work and then you'd come back home to me?
Yep. You were just a few months old. So yeah, I used to wake up at 5 and then go, it was very dark and all back home. So you have to go buy the whatever you need, the ingredients to cook, and then you have to wash up the place to be ready for the customers to come in. And then by the time I come in the evening, I bring some milk for you and diapers and whatever things. So it was a good experience. Challenging but good experience.
It made you definitely more responsible.
Yeah, it made me responsible. I wasn't that young, I think. Yeah, it was not immediately after high school. It was way after high school. Yeah, but that was more of a permanent job after high school. Yeah.
And then when you were in Dubai?
When in Dubai, it was a very funny company that we used to do photos. Back then, before when the digital media came in, it was called DigiPhoto. So you took photos in Jumeirah Beach, in the mall. So you approach somebody and just said, "You want photos together?" So it was actually very strange coming in from a conservative place and then coming and approaching people. Yeah, so it was a bit weird. But
yeah, because you can't just go and approach people there in Kenya and be like, "Oh yeah, you guys want to take a picture?"
Yeah, people will kick you out. But it was a bit strange, weird, all together, all emotions. But it was amazing experience as well. Yeah.
How was it when you first came to Dubai?
Mixed reaction, excited, nervous, happy, worried. I came in summer, in July, so I was a bit excited living back home, a bit worried that I left you back home, excited of the new journey, anxious of the unknown, so it was a mixed reaction. Yeah.
What was your emotions when you brought mom here as well?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing because I knew mommy was a smart one. Mommy is very smart, so I knew as soon as she lands.
We call her the Chopi of the family.
Chopi of the family.
Basically, Chopi means very smart. Like, whenever we have some questions randomly asked, like when we watch something, when we're watching a movie,
yeah,
and then we're asked, they have some weird geography stuff, and then we'll just go like, Mom, what is this? And then she'll know.
Yeah. So I knew as soon as mommy lands, for sure she will definitely get a job. So that was the very first step, that as soon as I got the job, I landed. That was the first thing that I wanted to do. And that's exactly what we did, yeah.
So what happened, what was the next journey after mom came? What happened?
After mom came, now the journey was to make sure that you join us as well. We thought it's going to be that fast, but it took a bit of time. It took almost another 4 years or 3 years or something like that. But the journey began. It was a bit challenging back then. We were having a low salary, so we used to stay in different apartments. Mom living in a different apartment, I live in a different apartment. We only see each other once or twice a week. So yeah, the journey was now how can we get an apartment so we can settle down together. Yeah.
So you're saying?
Yeah, so once they rested, now the important part is to roll them. The rolling part is just there's no particular format to it on how you're supposed to roll it.
You just roll.
In chapatis you have to get circular motion, but this one is just, don't make it so thin, don't make it so light, so just be somewhere in the Since we're not in a professional place, we'll just cut it manually the way we do. That's good.
What was the ingredients you used when you're...
Yeah, I think we'll pin them for them there, but you basically have flour, you've got sugar, you've got yeast, and you've got milk. So it's an easy ingredient. So the next step after you roll them, just let them sit again in the flour, and that will take a few minutes as well. We'll do it maybe another 20 minutes.
Is there something that you wish you could tell your younger self, like an advice or just a tip? Yeah,
I think I would tell my younger self to relax. Things are going to be good, because I didn't have, I had a very good upbringing, but I think at some point it was a bit difficult. So I could have told my younger self, don't worry, things will work out. Yeah, just enjoy your youth and avoid some people that will not bring you value in your life. Yeah, spending time with the wrong crowd, wasting time. I think that was something that I could have told him. And then I could have just told him, relax, enjoy it. Don't overthink the outcome, because most of the time we end up overthinking, and then we find ourselves, you cannot control that particular thing that God has planned for you. So most of the time we end up thinking a lot, and that thinking sometimes makes you not make some decisions because you're just overthinking.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I could have just told him, take it easy, my younger self. Things will work out.
What's your favorite type of memory with your friends, with just something that helps you in a good mood, or something that uplifts you when you remember it, or just makes you laugh or something like that?
I think there's a lot. There was one particular one that I was playing football. I was the captain of the local team, and then we won a goat.
You won?
We won a goat. So
you won a goat?
We won a goat. So
a live goat?
Like a live goat. So after winning the goat, since I was the captain, we had to slaughter the goat in our house.
In Antillates?
Yeah, so the entire people came to the neighborhood was, packed. And everybody came to our house to slaughter the goat. So we had get some bouncers, some huge guys at the entrance. So you have to be a supporter actually to get an access to it. And everybody was used to call me like, you know me, you know me, you know me. So
yeah, the door, yeah?
Yeah, the door, like, open for me, you know me, like. Yeah, so that was funny. But yeah, it was a good experience. So for those people who think I didn't play football, you see, I played and I was the captain of the local.
Yeah.
Until now, people think...
That's the thing with Dad. Like, back then he used to play, and then whenever we go back home, everybody will notice him. Like, we'll be walking down the road in Jerry. It's a Jericho. It's like a small, how do you call it?
Neighborhood.
Yeah, it's like a ghetto kind of neighborhood.
Yeah.
Where my dad and mom used to grow up. I spent small part of my childhood there. And then whenever Dad used to walk in the streets, he used to like have such an ego on it. Like, he used to walk up in the street, everybody used to come up to him.
Captain of the area, you know, if you're a captain, everybody wants to associate yourself with. Not many people know me now. I think the majority of people that knew me maybe are not there, they've moved, but still, I am a bit famous in that area. Nobody can do anything to me. So to say so.
Okay, so what's the next part in this cooking?
We are done with that part, so I think now we just need to concentrate and let it rest. I'm giving it some few minutes to rest. I'm switching on my oil to be it oiled. So this is just basically also to give it time to rest a bit in that flour.
So back to some few questions.
Yes.
What was your favorite memory of us?
By us, you mean?
Me and you.
Yeah, I think the very first one was the moment that I held you in my arms. I think that was the very first memory that I had of you. And I think I told myself and I told you that I'll always have you back, no matter what. No matter good, no matter bad. I think that was the very first promise that I ever gave to somebody, and I kept it.
Yeah, he has. Throughout even now.
Yeah. So I think that was the very first memory, and a lot of memories. I think we've had bad times, fighting times, smiling times as you grew up. That's normal. A father will always be protective and wants more from the daughter, but you've played a good role. I think you turned out good. There was a bit of time that you had your own insecurity of your own self. Maybe you're just trying to find yourself, which is normal.
Yeah.
But after that, you've come out to be a very smart young girl. I think smarter than me, as I always tell you.
So you don't overcrowd them, right?
No.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, you don't overcrowd them, because I think my oil also wasn't that much, or I don't like to put a lot of oil. It's usually good to put 4 or 5, but depending on you. Most of the people prefer not to, but this is a very good color.
Wait.
That's a professional color. I love that type of color. And this one as well. It's a goldish brown, and then the other side is like cook, not cook, but it's an amazing, beautiful color. So we move to the next and the next and the next.
It's like something that you've taken from mom, like a quote, an advice, or something that she says that that has helped you throughout.
Mom is the overthinker. I do, and by action. If I think of something, I want it to be done today.
Yeah.
So mom is the kind of person that likes to analyze. So I think I've learned a lot from the analyzing part, because I think if it's not for her, and then she knows how to push. I think if it's not from her, it will still be a doorman. Yeah, so she knows how to push somebody intellectually, and she's very smart, very, very smart. So
And
I think
that-
I've learned a lot from her.
And that part of analyzing is true, because if not from mom, dad has some crazy ideas most of the time.
Yeah.
So mom kind of like, you know,
She neutralizes it. she takes it easy.
like slow down, it's okay.
Yeah, I always look at something and then I just go like, I think this will work.
Yeah.
So most of the things that, and sometimes it does happen, because I think most of what we have done together,
Yeah.
we complement each other. Because for me, I do that, and sometimes doing that helped. Yeah. So sometimes she listened to my ideas. Sometimes I think it's good to cool it down a bit. Yeah, like any other man who wants to overthink. Yeah.
We have finished the mahamris.
Yeah.
We're gonna make some eggs.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we'll do that. Those are the Mahamris.
So we're done with them, and now we're gonna just put something to eat it alongside with. Okay, so okay, so we finished with the mahamris and the eggs,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's it. Catch you next time for my next vlog. Bye.